All right, everybody, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these little painting dudes a little closer. First off, I want to kind of bring, I don't even know what word I'm trying to say. Not bring attention to, but we'll start with this guy here. I want the focus to be right here. There we go. Look at that mug. Look at that lovable dude. So first off, let's go ahead and give this fucking dude a name. For all my miniatures that I'm going to be showing and everything, they will be given names. I get most of the names from Fantasy Name Generator. I'm sure you can find it online. It's really fucking easy. And if I mispronounce the name, go fuck yourself. I don't care. Alright. This dude. It's a Goliath. Because I like Goliaths. I think they're really cool. And that's why his skin is like that grayish white. And that's what's going on here. If I tilt him like this, I want to see his face. There we go. There's his face. I want the focus right there. All right, this guy. If I mispronounce the names, I don't care. Who cares? But the name I picked for him, obviously, like I said, I picked him to be a Goliath. Tauraf Nighthauler Munakupine. Munaku Pine. Tauraf. But that's why I picked for this little dude. Obviously, he had a name when I bought him, but I don't know. I like to give these guys a little bit more of my little flavor, my little personality on them, so I like to pick their own names. For him, I went with the classic kind of like barbarian or tribal kind of colors. Here, we're gonna pull the focus back here so you can see a little bit more of him. I went with the same color on the shields, the blade, this little thing right here, and his pauldron. Because when I think of characters like these, I like to think that all the materials that they would use come from the same kind of stuff. So if it's good for your shield, why isn't it good enough for your blade? And I think that kind of also talks about the resourcefulness of the characters themselves, which I think is kind of cool. He's got some couple little skulls here. Very basic paint. I didn't do a whole lot of detailing on his belt area here. I just put a contrast paint on it. Same with his arm wraps. Different contrast paint, obviously right there on the inside of the shield. Sorry, my big fucking finger's in the way. And then, again, I like to believe they've used the one material for one thing, you'll use it for the other. So the boots and the belt, they are the same. And then the arm wraps and the top of the boots here are the same as well. Mix up the color here because I like to think of that as a different material. If it's all going to be the same material, I like to use the same colors just so the character looks a lot more uniform when you see them staying there like this. Because you're oh yeah, look at that guy. He's got very simple colors. And then I went with this yellowish kind of gross color for these spikes on his back. I don't know exactly what I wanted them to be, but I kind of like to picture them as spikes from an animal or teeth from a big beast or something like that. But he's got these little fellas here too. So it's maybe this is the dad and that one's the baby. Maybe kill the baby one too. No. A little fuck up right there, as you can see on his chest. A little bit of gold fucking copper on his titties. That's embarrassing. But, yeah. Pretty simple guy. Pretty simple paint job. But I like it. I think he looks like a very cohesive, bam, that's a fucking character. Hold on. There we go. So, yeah, that's Tauraf Nighthauler Munakupine. It's probably pronounced a lot differently, but I don't care. We'll move on to the next guy. Next guy is this dude right here. This is a Plague Marine, but I gave him a much more regal paint job. And his name, because like I said, I give them all names. This is Midas Glottis, Moldering Emissary of the Golden Plague Fleet. Because my plan with this was to take this Plague Marine, but his plague is the Midas Touch Greek mythology. Because I really like the Midas Touch mythology of, the guy becomes so obsessed with it and then everything touches is gold, but then ends up ruining his life. So this guy, I gotta turn some shit off on my camera. There we go. No, turn off. What the fuck? Get out of here. So this guy, obviously this is his golden touch hand here, and And I like the idea that his corruption and his disease that he's plagued with is not only the gold, but it's like spewing out of him, because as you can see, like these like gold little tentacles are coming out, these skulls, his hands, he's got gold little spikes coming out of him. Sorry, just trying to find a good focus line. There we go. I bought this guy for like $20 because his face there, as you can see, is gone. He was sold loosely in a bag, already completed, except he had green stuff shoved there in his little hood. But I don't fucking care. I'm like, look at this. I painted him my own little way. I think he came out really cool. My partner thinks it's one of my best paint jobs because it's a very just like kind of straightforward paint job. I think it came out really cool. Sorry, it's really hard to like figure out where the focus is and like how to move your hands because it's almost like reverse. As you can see, he's got these gold little skulls. He's got this bug. Let's get that. It's a bug. Yeah, and again, it's a golden bug. So yeah, everything that's coming out of him. I forgot to do his little teeth here. I got to go back and do these little teeth because I like the idea that these teeth are part of the corruption. And I gave him, his body was this like stone white because I wanted him to look like a Greek statue kind of thing. And then he's got like, kind of keen royalty red for all his cloth. But yeah, that's this guy. This is the Midas character I made. I think he came out really cool. I just love how he looks. Again, pretty simple paint job, but I think he came out really cool. His little face in there. Well, it's not in there because I'm an asshole, put a bunch of green stuff in there. But again, who cares? I got him for like 1/3 the price he normally is sold for. But I think he's really cool. Alright, get the fuck out of here. Alright, this is the next guy. Let's get him. This is actually a dude I printed. Oh, I should have said on Taurath, the Goliath, that I actually printed him. This is a guy I printed as well. Lost his arm in the printing, so I had to cut off an arm from another print and gave this guy this other cool armored arm. I like to think of the story of like maybe this is like his magic arm, this is like his magic sword. So like that's why this armor is different than this armor over here. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Find the fucking... Okay, I'm gonna put him here, and I'm gonna change the focus to right there. And this guy's name, again, all the names come from Fantasy Name Generator, and I like to use like WoW names, D&D names, Pathfinder names. This guy obviously being a Dragonborn. It's either Dracer Tovarax or Dracker Tovarax, Draccer, but I like Dracer. Dracer sounds cool. Dracer Tovarax. He's just a little Dragonborn dude. I made his armor. I kind of made him like kind of like a paladin kind of guy. So his armor is like a big feature of his. It's all the same color because I like the idea that his armor is like kind of like maybe handed down to him, or maybe it's like he's like a holy armor type thing. Because again, I like the idea of him being a paladin. So kind of a very simple, easy paint, but the metal that I used, like the metallic paint, came out really cool. And you can see it's like the same here on his little wrist strap. And then I used the same cement gray blue color on his pauldrons that I used on Taurath back there for the Goliath dude. And then his one little magic gauntlet here, I used some turbo dork shit. And I made his blades the same color, this like golden yellow. Cause look at that, that looks pretty fucking cool, right? His feet are a little wonky, but that's because, like I said, I printed him and his feet came out not looking too great. But you don't look at him and be like, well, let me look at them toes, you know? They look at other stuff. So where is like the perfect... See, now I moved all the fucking focus. And then obviously I gave his little paint, his little face and the tail, toes, and his exposed arms. Just a little contrast. But then on his head... Here, maybe I can change the focus here so you can see a little bit better. Holy, there we go. On his head there, I did a dry brushing of gold to kind of give him... oh. Yeah, there you go. That's my boy. Look at him. Yeah, I did like the gold copper dry brush on his head. So that way he just looks real cool. but also because most of the dragons in any lore is always metallic dragons. All right, let's bring the Let's bring the focus back to this area. His cape is also a different type of speed paint, metallic. I think is what I got it from. But it looks really cool. But yeah, that's this guy. I think he came out really cool. Again, a very cohesive character, very kind of straightforward. But I like the idea of a dragonborn paladin, little knight guy. I just love his pauldrons. But yeah, that's him. And we'll bring the focus back out to here. Is that in focus? It looks like it's in focus. But again, very simple kind of paint job. I only use like a handful of colors, but I think it came out pretty solid. And then he goes like this, and he like trickles out of there. All right, next guy. Also printed. Check this dude out. Like, probably one of my favorite paints I've ever done because I'm a sucker for dwarf characters. I think they're really cool. This guy, let me pull up his name real quick. And again, he had a name, but I don't care. I picked a new name for him. Drool Dogs Rust Flare. So, Drool Dogs, almost like Druid, but Drool Dogs. Drool Dogs? Rust Flare. I don't know how you really pronounce that first name, but last name's Rust Flare. Because I like the idea that maybe he got that name because of like the fire that he shoots out of this motherfucker. But let's get... Sorry, my feet are falling asleep. Ugh, gotta move. 31 years old now. I gotta move around more. Gotta move the mic as well. All right. Oh, this is actually cozy right now. So let's bring the focus right there. So this is his little like flame gun, which I think came out really cool. And I like what I did with the flames there. Little flamethrower action. Pretty basic paint job on him. Again, like what I like to do is if like a piece of cloth is used on him a lot, I just like to make it all like the same color. So as you can see, what do I want the focus to be? Jesus. There we go. So his gloves and this little part above his booties is also the same color. And then the big cloth parts like his pants and back here you can see like his arms. Holy shit. Like the big coat that he wears is all going to be the gray, and then his armor also came out in this like different type of just plain light gray. And then little metallic to bring out some cool details there on his little titty emblems. Yeah. Big cool copper gold, big old, what do you call that? Girdle? No, that's not what you call that. What is that? Loincloth? No, what this? It protects his wiener. Whatever. And then I did all these like little blue little gem things on his hair, just to like, kind of like give him like, despite him being a fire dude, he's got a kind of like more cold, more like a cold accessories vibe, because like there's a lot of blues, a lot of grays, and he's got these big blue gems and like all that kind of stuff, but he's got like gold copper accessories like his jewelry. But I think like contrast wise that looks really cool. His face, I did a really simple paint job. I did like a layer of paint and I just did some oil on top of it to fill in the crevices. I don't really care too much about the faces. I just like how the character looks like this when they're like bam. And then we'll move to his shield that I think came out really cool. This actually was like a happy mistake because this color is the same color as this fucking gun. This gun right here that's now in focus. That wasn't in focus before. It's the same color, but like I didn't shake it well enough or something. Oh god, it's so hard. It's hard to like move my hands because like my hands want to go forward, but then I'm looking at the screen. Whatever. Move on. It's the same freaking color, but I didn't shake it enough. So it came out like as this weird metallic, shiny, like glossy black goo. But I think it looks really freaking cool. Look at that. There we go. Now I'm in focus. I'm gonna bring the focus back here because my hands keep wanting to go to this area. Look at that. Look how cool that is. He's got like a big old tongue sticking out. And then to match the titty metal, I added his back metal as well. And those booty medals. Look at those booty medals. You get these two balls. I'm trying to think of anything on him printed funny. I think the shield. No, I don't think anything printed funny. I'll tell you one thing I did. I printed him way too small. I couldn't paint him. I don't even know what happened to that guy. But this is one of my favorite paint jobs I've ever done. I really, really like how this guy came out. I think he looks really cool. Like, look at him. Look at this little guy. How could you not want to play this dude in, like, WoW, you know? Or, like, D&D. Like, let's bring some focus right there. Whoa. How much focus can... Yeah, look at that. It just burns your ass. Good close-up on his face. I think his face came out pretty cool. And I kind of gave him, like, this kind of off, dirty, blonde, not really blonde hair scheme. Because, again, I think it kind of like adds like an old man vibe to him. But I think he looks really cool. Here, I'll zoom out the focus so you can see him. I think he's just a really cool looking dude. Really cool looking dude. He's got his little rock he stands on. That's rad. Alright, get out of here. Fuck. Alright. Little space marine dude. Alright, now I gotta sit up and get my back starting to hurt. Got him! Old. Alright. Oh, shit. I am recording this, right? Blake, you should have checked that before you started recording. I am recording, but the battery's almost dead, so I should hurry this up. That's fine. We're on to like the last two dudes. This guy, let me get up his name as I get him into focus. Right there. His name, I think he's a Death Watch veteran, but I gave him the name of Callan Obenax, imposing tech hunter of the untainted anvil, because I thought that sounded badass. And he has like this cool like electric mace, so I was like, maybe he runs around and he beats robots to death with it or something. As you can see here, it was a real pain. Here, I'm gonna get a real close up of all this shit, because it was a real pain to get. Jesus, Blake, you think you can shake anymore? Look at these freaking little letters all over this guy's shield. What? Oh. Sorry about that. My batteries died on my mic. Alright, what was I doing? I was showing you all these stupid freaking letters that were kind of like stressing me out to paint. Look at all of them. Look at all those. And I was like, oh god, I sure hope I don't freaking screw that up. But here he is. This is Kowloon, whatever. Obenax. He destroys technology. I wanted to go with like some cool gray, non-metallic armor for all his stuff. Just kind of make him seem like a little bit more like, I like the idea of like Halloween and like horror. So I kind of want to give him like a Halloween kind of vibe, which is why he's like, also got these cool yellow pauldrons. Look at that, little yellow hood. Kind of want to give him like maybe like an October vibe. And he's got these cool like orange little ribbons. Got some technological juice going there into his cool arm for his badass shield. I think I did really good on the mace, in my personal opinion. I'm not really good at feathering, but my partner said I did pretty good, so, you know, her opinion's more important than everyone else's. That's all I gotta say about that. He's got a little doodad. Oh, I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I kind of wanted to go for more like, this dude's kind of like maybe not, you know, like, what am I trying to say? Not royalty, but he's not like bright, shiny armor. Like, this is a dude who shows up and you're like, oh shit, he's got like a kind of like a Witcher vibe, you know? Like, he shows up to deal with the problem and you're like, oh shit, here comes fucking Callan. Because he's like an army dude, right? He's a veteran and everything. So he's a little bit more grizzled and he's like kind of been around the bush a lot. And that's why his armor's like, you know, it's not the best, brandest, newest armor. He's like definitely like a rough around the edges kind of guy. That's the vibe I want to go with him. But then also, like I said, I wanted to give him kind of like a Halloween, you know, October vibe. So I wanted to make him like gray armor, dark, and it's like the only thing that shines is like these little metallic parts and it's like orange shit. And he's got this electric mace. He just beats the shit out of shit. But yeah, that's this guy. I don't have too much to say about him. I don't know. I don't care about Space Marine lore. I like to like paint the little dude and make up my own little story for him. He's got some technological juice glowing through his little backpack here. Here, let's see if we can get some good close-ups on that real quick, and then we'll move on to the next guy. Yeah, see, it's like kind of like flowing out of there. It's like pink radiation juice, technological juice. But yeah, I think he came out really cool. I really like these guys. Mostly I got these guys because I think their shields are really cool. I think all these little letters are really rad. I think like, I don't know. He's definitely some sort of like hunter. So I think that's why it's kind of cool. Like maybe he's the witcher of technological monsters or technological creatures. Like in like Horizon Zero Dawn, this guy shows up and he's like, I gotta fucking kill all these goddamn robot vampires. Rampires. Alright, that's it for him. Final character that for this episode is God damn it, I gotta get her fucking name. Her name was really hard to find. Selene Nightforge. That is a Warhammer Void elf name. But the name, I it's whatever. Hold on. The reason the idea of like her paint job and everything like I kind of did for her was I was kind of thinking of the wet nurse from Bloodborne. Like I was trying to find like a cool fantasy name equivalent to like a Bloodborne name where this would be like a final boss type character. Let's see. What does the focus say? So her paint job is very, very simple. I want the focus right here. Like I said, paint job on her really simple. All I did was like a contrast purple, and then I did a dry brushing of like some gold on top of her. No, I didn't. I lied. That's Turbo Dork. So that went all over her. And then a different, Jesus, sorry, I burped right in the mic. Different Turbo Dork here on the blade. Different Turbo Dork here on her cloth, like a celestial kind of cool vibe. And then I think it's called like Mordant Earth. It's the most, hold on, let's get a really good. So her hair, I wanted to have no shininess to it. So I did Mordant Earth by Citadel Paint. So it's that way there's no shine to it at all. And like her face as well is devoid of all shininess. Like anything that's like actually part of her body is just completely like absent of all shine, and it's like almost like a black hole. Like there's nothing going on there, because I like the idea again that this would be like a boss character, right? Like this is a character that jumps down or like forms out of the shadows, out of like this golden armor, and she's like a celestial being, and she comes down and she's like, and then like her name would appear here like on the bottom of the screen, and it would be like Selene Nightforge, the Shadow Anvil Smasher, or some cool name like that. And then she would come out and like just be like, she'll come out and she'll be like, your souls are forfeited, or something like that. Or maybe she won't even talk, she'll be completely silent, and then she'll die and she'll be like, ah. But like, no, I kind of picture her being like, again, this like kind of celestial powerhouse being, where she shows up and, you know, like, fuck, that's a boss and it's probably gonna kill me like 7 times. I'm gonna rage quit Bloodborne again. Uh-oh. Or like, you know, maybe like Elden Ring. You know? Just basically like any kind of Souls game. Like I wanted to give her like that really cool vibe of like when she comes out, you're like, oh shit. So I think I did that. Like Torath here, Tarath would be like, he walks in the room through mist, like comes through it, and then all of a sudden, and then like the music will start playing, and like she'll come out. She'll probably be a lot bigger than him, actually. Actually, I don't know. Maybe she would be like the same size, because like, you know, like in Bloodborne and stuff like that, there are like enemies that are the same size as your characters, and maybe she literally is just like an elf from like space, and she's here to fucking kick shit and take names. So again, very simple paint job. I only use like 4 colors on her, but overall, I think she's just really pretty to look at, and like all the different. Look at all that. Let me see if I can get a close up here. There we go. Like just like all the different sheens and the shines, and the way the light hits off of her, I think is really cool. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to upskirt you there. But look at that. Look how cool that is. It's pretty freaking cool, right? But yeah, that's her. And that's the final character for this video. I'm going to roll some footage of when the character's like spinning around on the little display cases. But yeah, that's all of them. Here, I'll get them all in. Here they all, oh, here they all are. It's a party. Yeah, but these are gonna be some new videos that I do for the channel and everything. So stay tuned for more of Blake showing off his fucking miniatures that he paints like a goddamn dork. Favorite one's this guy though. He gets a B. Move over, Midas, you asshole. Bam. And that's the final shot of that. Roll the footage where they're spinning on display Lazy Susan.